Hi, welcome to this week's episode. Today we're going to be looking at something quite simple, but something that probably everyone will have a go at, and that is planting perennial plants. So I've got an empty space in this flower bed by the pond. There's a couple of things that were in there that have now died off, and I try and keep this bed with a yellow theme. So I've got the Clematis Bill Mackenzie, which is it's an absolute beast. Grows really wild every year, and that has like yellow bellflowers, really beautiful clematis. I can highly recommend it if you've got a big space to fill. And then I've got these lemon queen plants here, which grow really tall at the kind of side or back of the bed, depending on which way you're looking at it. And they again have really nice yellow flowers. So I wanted to plant something in this empty space that picks up those yellows, keeps with the theme, but it's just a little bit lower. And so I've gone for these Rudbeckia. So I've got a couple of those. And then I've got these Coreopsis as well, which I'm going to kind of put along the front. Both of those plants have lovely yellow flowers and should look really good, if not this year, then next year. So let's get going. Apologies if I'm stating the obvious here, but the first thing you need to do is dig your hole. You can see here the soil is really dry. We're on a sandy soil here where I live. And that, coupled with the fact that we've not really had a lot of rain, is making this soil incredibly dry. And had I got round to it earlier, I probably would have mulched this flower bed with compost, but obviously with lockdown and everything, it's been quite difficult to get. I have got some bags of multi-purpose compost just from a garden centre. Once I've planted this, I may consider just giving it a mulch over, because just getting down deep into this soil, you can see there's not a lot of goodness left in this. So anyway, the good news is that it makes it much easier to dig in. So first things first, dig your hole. And then just check that with the depth of the plant. You want it to be more or less level with most perennial plants, so that looks pretty good. One tip here, actually a tip that was one of my mum's, is to, rather than just water the plant in, is to put the water in the hole first, especially on sandy soil, especially when it's this dry. You can see in the bottom of the hole it's still bone dry, so fill the bottom and let that drain down, then we can put the plant in and then we'll water it in on top. Okay, so while that's draining away, we'll get our plant out, fingers across the pot, turn it upside down, give it a tap and a squeeze, and there we go. Now you can see this is a nice plant, quite small, but it has become a little bit pot bound, so what I'd usually do there is just tease the roots out. If some break off, don't worry about it, that'll just stimulate new roots. You just want to stop it when it goes into the hole. You don't want it to carry on growing the roots around, you want the roots to spread out, so just tease some of them out. You know, don't worry about bits breaking off, it'll be fine. Just make sure you keep as much root as possible. So there we go. Now pop that in to the hole. Water's now drained down, which is great. So it's kind of sat in a little sort of muddy patch. It'll benefit from that, especially in this weather. And then just backfill the hole. Firm that in, cover it up, and then I'll plant the next one, and then we'll water that in. Water. So with established plants, I don't tend to worry too much about watering. I will use the sprinkler once a week if we haven't had any rain, and give it a really good soak. Sometimes I'll even leave it on overnight, unless it's a hose pipe bag, of course. But with new plants, you really want to keep an eye on them because they will dry out easily before they get established. So keep an eye on them, keep them watered, and they'll do you proud. We'll come back and take a look at these later in the year, but hopefully they'll do the job. So all that's left for me to do now is plant the coreopsis, and we're away. Thanks very much for watching. Nice simple how-to guide this week. Thanks again. Please make sure to subscribe if you like these videos. Please make sure to follow me on social media. That should be popping up in front of your very eyes now. And yeah, until next time, I'll see you in the garden. Thanks.